NRBS is so happy to be able to bring us all together again. I'm glad to welcome you all to join us in the conference this year. We're going to kick off with Jenna Prada and Alexander Linarkidis.
We're going to be talking about how regulating the brain impacts students. And we're going to have Jenna and Lexi talking about somatic applications for students at school. This is just information that we know about the brain, but we're not teaching parents about, we're not teaching school people about. It's practical. There's tools and tips and tricks and things that every teacher, every parent could be doing to help our students be more alert.
We are going to be joined with Dr. Peter Levine, who is known for his somatic experiencing technique. And he's going to be sharing so much with us on a level that is going to be intimate and is going to bring it all together for us.
He's going to be here at our NRBS conference, sharing all of his insights and giving helpful tips for practitioners, for parents, for professionals in schools that they can use within their home or other environments to help kids and adults better focus, help regulate their emotions.
We've all heard of Stephen Porges's work with the polyvagal theory. And can you believe that we have him coming to the NRBS conference?
He's going to be talking about polyvagal theory. You know what happens when the brain gets hijacked by stress and you go into fight, flight, or freeze. And he's going to dive into what happens to the brain when we are so stress activated.
Learning more about the polyvagal theory and the social engagement system is going to help us so that we can interact better with all the challenges of the world that we're in today.
Biofeedback and neurofeedback in the schools, with two people who actually had a huge influence on my development as a neurofeedback practitioner. That's Harry Campbell and Dr. Mary Jo Sable. And these two are trailblazers in neurofeedback.
I've often said if I were in charge of the world, the first thing I would do would be to teach heart rate variability training in first grade and let that become a part of every person's life.
So they're going to be diving into what is the impact of neurofeedback on a developing brain with kids that are stressed and have a trauma background. And they're going to be talking about it at our NRBS conference.
Electromagnetic fields are becoming a real thing that we need to know about. Dr. Robert Rusty Turner and Michael Cohen have put a lot of work into studying this, beginning to do research on it, and taking notice of how this is impacting the brains of all of us.
These are topics that have actually been around for a long time, but we're really just starting to get the conversation going about EMFs and how does it affect our brain health and really sleep.
We're going to have the chance to wrap up the conference with Dr. Eric Pepper. Dr. Pepper has spent his career looking at how do we enhance our productivity through the management of what we'll call simple biofeedback tools, but when they're applied correctly, have an enormous impact.
We are incredibly grateful that he is going to be presenting at the NRBS conference this year.